Hello everyone. Am I audible, guys? Can someone please confirm whether I'm audible?
Let's wait for 2 minutes and then we'll start. Hello everyone. Hi Umesh, hi Apeksha, hi Tariq, hi Arinjay, hi Deepti, hi Hamida, hi Vijay, hi Nikhil. Guys, one more suggestion. If you are not able to see this clearly, kindly change your resolution to 720 pixel so that it will be more clear. Because from the Zoom, I can only transmit 720 pixel and it cannot be high quality. So shall we start, guys? I think we have enough people. Okay, so let's start. Hello everyone. So as discussed, today we are taking a session on smart forms. So I guess many of you already knows what is smart form, why do we use smart form, but the one they are not sure what is a smart form and how do we use it, why do we create it, how to create it, all those questions and answers I'll be taking it today. And we'll also learn how to create the smart forms. Okay, so if I just I'll not go much in the PPT, but I just want to give some introduction what is smart form. I can say verbally as well. That's why I have not created any proper PPT for this. Okay, so we are technical people, we do not worry about the PPT and all those things. We what we love to do is do the things technically, right? So we'll try to do that as well. Okay, so what is smart form actually? So if I go directly to the screen, so you might have seen that so customer bills, right? Customer bill, when you're having credit card bill or mobile phone bill, internet bills, so all those things are being printed. Okay, in the business also, in the companies also, they have their own kind of printing. Okay, they all can charge the customer, they can generate these kind of PDFs and they can send it to the customers. Okay, so sometimes we have to design these for the business. Okay, see here you can see some QR barcode is available here, bill number, mobile number, pay date, it's all available here. We have address available here, we have total amount available which a user has to pay. Okay, some logo, which company logo they have maintained over here. So similar way we can also do in the smart form, and our business for whom we are working, they can send the PDF to the customer, or that can be vendor or it can be anyone. Okay, so this is one of the example. The second example business mostly use it, they create a PO. Okay, purchase order or sales order they create, and then they send this in a paper format. What they do is they create a PDF, they print it, and then while they are shipping the item by a truck, by a train, or by any courier method, okay, they give this bill also along with that, and what it contains is from where this item which they are selling is coming from. Okay, or where it is going to, whether they have paid the GST or not, where what's the bill number, what's the invoice number, all those things matters to the company actually. So when the trucks or any other courier, when they pass the border of the state, okay, they have to show that what you are carrying on, how much quantity you are carrying. And if the police officer or any other people, right, when they get, okay, you are containing any other item than mentioned in this PDF, okay, in this print format, then they can go for some legal action, okay. So this is also one of the PDF we print. What if you see here, if I zoom, what they are saying is that this is my part number, this is my material number, okay, and this much quantity they are going to send. This is the price. So all those things are maintained over here. Sometimes prices are not maintained, but based on the requirement, we can do that as well. Okay. So third thing, if I take it here is sometimes we generate the debit memo and credit memo to the vendors. When we are working with vendors, we have to generate these debit memos and credit memos when we are working with vendors, that sometimes they are in SAP or any company, they do not directly refund the money in the cash. Okay, some places they work cash to cash, but most of the time they just give a memo. Okay, that this you can take it as a uh, you can take it as a guarantee, and the next time when you are going to get the service from us, you can redeem it. Okay, so that's called debit memo and credit memo. So people who are from functional background, they might understand this clearly. Okay, so that is what we can print in the SAP SMARTFORM. We can create our own thing likewise based on that. Okay, the next thing which you have to understand it, if someone asks you clearly, what is the definition for SMARTFORM? Okay, so you can say SMARTFORM is used to create and maintain forms for mass printing. Like we can print n number of pages, okay, over here, and you can send it over email, you can send it over internet. And when it was founded is 1998, it was founded. Okay, and if I go, I'm not going much in the details, which is not required. See, this thing you can read over the internet or over any books, or when you're working on that you can do. Okay, so these are not much of important concepts, so I'll be ignoring this. We can directly go to the technical part. Okay, how to design, how to build this thing. Some advantage I will try to say here for the SMARTFORM, that SMARTFORMs are what mostly is drag and drop, and little bit of technical knowledge we should have, like how to print these data, how to fill that thing. Okay, all those things you have to do. Now coming to the architecture. Okay, what is the architecture of SMARTFORM? So what do you understand by architecture, like how the SMARTFORM works actually? Okay, when we create any SMARTFORM in the system, okay, so let's suppose we are creating one SMARTFORM, but it has to be called by some program. Automatically it will not be called or printing. We have to send some data to this SMARTFORM, and then it will be printing into one PDF format. Okay, or it can send it to some web browser, printer, or fax input, anywhere it can send it. Okay, so how does it work is that we have to write some program. Okay, for that we have to write some program, standard program or function module, anything we can write. Okay, then how do we get the data? Is from database, right? Then between the application program, which is nothing but a report program or FM program, and SMARTFORM, there is something called function module. The function module gets generated whenever we are creating any SMARTFORM. Without the function module, the SMARTFORM will not work actually. Okay, so this is a smart architecture, that the database is connected with the application program. We can take the data and we connect the function module, and with the help of function module we call the SMARTFORM, and then our web browser, printer, or fax can work, and then we can display the output. Okay, so this is just a basic I'm just wanted to tell. Okay, we can directly move to uh, SMARTFORM directly, what all those things are. And one more thing is technicality over there is uh, what kind of windows are available. Okay, so let's go to SMARTFORM directly. I'll not take much of time over here. So I have taken this as a demo server from one of the vendor. If you also need that, just message me, I'll give you the number. Okay, and then you can also practice this. So to create the SMARTFORM, we have a T code called SMARTFORMs. Okay, SMARTFORMs, SMARTFORMS, SMARTFORM. This is a T code. We can go into the screen and then we can create it. Okay, then here we see three options over here. Okay, what are three options here? Forms. Here if we give some name and click on create, then we can create a SMARTFORM. Okay, The second one is style, like if you want to design some kind of format or left justify, right justified, or bold or italic. Okay, all those things we can do with the help of style. In the forms we do not have that setting available. Individually we can do it for everything, but individually if you have to do for something, then you have to go with style keyword. Okay, then let's create one form. Okay, and then let's see. So we'll give the name as G best to billing bill print. Okay, so we can give this name over here. If you are not able to see my screen, let me reshare my screen. Just give me a moment. I'm sharing my screen back. Yes. Okay. Sorry, guys. I might have done that. Okay. So I have given the name. Here we can see total 3 options. Mostly we use forms and styles. Okay. Forms is for creating the smart form. We have to go and click on the create, or we can change or display. If the smart form is available, we can go for the display. And if it is available, we can go for change also. Okay, then style, if we have to define something like this text is in bold, right? So only this much part if you have to do it, then we can do with the help of style. Individually we can do, see, this is some different text, right? This is some different text. So likewise, if you want to give different kind of style for any font, then you can do with the help of style, that we'll see in the upcoming time. Okay, so let's create one form. Okay, just click on create. As soon as you create, you get this window open, right? Okay, so first thing you have to do always is like any object, you have to give some description. Okay, smart form to create to print the bill, that's all. Okay, as soon as you create the smart form in SAP system, okay, we get these settings automatically get created. Okay, what all those things? We get attributes, form interface, global definition, and one page and one main window. Okay, so these are automatically gets created whenever we are creating any smart form. So we'll go one by one all these settings, what is there. Okay, why do we use it, how do we use it, so that you know how to create it. Okay, now if we go here in the form attribute, what do we maintain is general attribute, like who has created this smart form. Okay, when it was changed, when it was added, all those things. Along with that, if this smart form is being used in multiple, I'll say multiple reason, right? So that time what we do is that if someone is seeing in the Germany, okay, or some Russia, so the language is not English, they have their own language. So if you're giving that kind of text over in our SAP smart form, then it will automatically convert. Okay, it will convert the language. So here we are seeing this in the English language, right? Accordingly it will display over there, and then they can help in the printing. Okay, now the second tab here over we see is output option. Okay, so output option means that we are seeing here page format. So guys, you will be knowing that we have different kind of page format, like A3 size paper, A4 size paper, A5. So this also we can do, like if someone wants to print some label, right, only small thing. So based on the size of their requirement, they can choose any of this format. Okay, so mostly we go with A4 size paper, correct guys? Because we have to just use the normal printer and the normal paper we use, but sometimes we have to print the slip or entry or exit, all those things. Then that time we can go for small paper, and accordingly we can use it in our smartphone. Okay, so I'll give you this as assignment, and if you get some doubt like with a small slip, then you can let me know, I can help you to create that one also. Okay, so right now we'll be using this A4 size paper. Okay, see DIN A4, A3, A5, so we'll use A4 only. Then it says character per inch, so this is just a setting that per inch, right? So you know this much is area is per inch, right? So how many characters should be displayed? So total 10 character. If you want to reduce the size, and the character length will be very small. Okay, like if you are going to increase this, that will be more small. So these settings you have to do, it's for your, we do not test this as per as long as it is required. Okay, now coming to the style, like I have showed you in the first screen, right? We have style. So system style means, see, this is coming in the bold character, this is coming in this letter. So it can be some font family, right? We understand font family in the Word or the document or the notepad file, we have font family. Similar way, you can also use over here. So it is by default taking system, means whatever the system we are currently using and whatever the setting it is applied, it is taking for everything the same setting. Okay, it is bold and it is character format is this and likewise. So we can change that also. The next thing is the output. Okay, how you going to display this output? You can display this on the internet or the normal output in the PDF format. So all those options are available. We'll go with standard output. Normal we are going to print it with our printer. Okay, or we'll just see this in our screen only. Okay, because we are not connected with the printer right now. And if I print also, you will not be able to see the output, right? So that we'll see. Then coming to the interface, this is the second setting we have to do is. So what is the interface over here is that our function module, when I showed you the architecture, right, that it is whenever a program is calling this smart form, it has to be connected via function module. So guys, if you know what is a function module and what all parameters we have in function module, right? So if I just simply activate it, save it in the local object for now, because I'm not going to transport it. So it will generate automatically one function module. So this function module helps to connect the our SAP report program, because from there only we are going to call this a smart form, right? We are writing the logic for fetching the data in our report program or function module wherever it is available. Okay, and then we are calling this function module. So it is a linkage between our report or this smart form. So based on the function module, right? In function module, what do we have mostly? We have import parameters, right? We have export parameters, we have changing parameters, we have tables, we have exceptions, and then last we have source code. In the similar format, if you are creating this smart form, okay, it also generate the parameter like it creates the things like a small function module. Okay, so if you are going to connect, you are going to connect your report program. So what we have to do in the next thing is I'll go in the, I think next session we'll be creating that. So we have to create some G report for print bill. Okay, and then from here we have to call that. So we'll have to create one program to print bill. Okay, and here we will write all the logic which we are going to use to fetch the data from the system, writing, changing the data, processing the things. Okay, and then here I'll be calling the smart form, right? I'll be calling smart form from here. Okay, so we'll write the logic over everything was here, and then the smart form, what we do is we just print it. Okay, whatever the information we are sending, we just print it. But as a smart form also has one feature, a beautiful feature, that still if you want to modify some data or something, that also possible, where I'll show you. So here we can just give the all the parameters which we are sending from it's a report program. What does mean by sending from? Okay, so if I go to the report program, I generated some data. Let's suppose I have one table data. Okay, so I am storing some data. Okay, select star from Mara. Okay, into table at the rate lt Mara, where partner equals to, I'll give some random number here. Okay, see here. So we got the data in our LT Mara table, right? We got the data in our LT Mara, and if I pass this table to smart form, okay, pass this table to smart form, we have some function module that we have to call. Then with reference to this LT Mara, what we will have to do in the smart form is we have to use the same kind of structure or the table in the smart form as well, and that we define in our interface. Okay, you guys understand the word interface, right? So it is a connector between those two things. Okay, and here we have to declare one table also, lt Mara, and then type whatever the type we have used. Okay, table type we have to create. So I'll show you that in the future, and that's the purpose of doing this actually. Okay, so we'll have to give some here because we have used this now, and then I can delete it. Okay, for now this is not required. Same way, if you want to export and send something from here, so what do we do in the export section here? See here it says what is the output option. Okay, it can be batch job, it can be mass printing, it can send the information to web also. So all those things we do here. Tables, nothing is there. Exception, if you want to write some exception, like some error came and it got failed or the formatting is not correct, all those things you can do over here. Okay, so we'll see all those settings one by one when we are creating the smart form, and that time it will be more clear. Now the next section, which is global definition. Okay, so what do we do? Global definition is, now we are going to create the smart form, we are creating the element, going to create so many things in here in the section in the page. Okay, to use anything over here, okay, which is not coming from the program. Okay, if you want to use some variable, so let's suppose I want to use some variable called lb maintainer, then I have to first define over here in the global section, then only I can access in my main window or any other window. So this is the reason we need to have global data for that. Okay, like it does not support in the report program we can declare the variable anywhere, right? Local variable, and then you can use it, but here we have to declare it in the global section. Along with that, okay, then we have types. So here if you want to declare some table type or structures and all, right, that we can do over here. So structures, things, type table of all those things which we do in the report program. So I've told you, right, that SAP has given us the feasibility, even if you are sending the data from the report program and it still requires some more logic, that you do not want to change your report program. Okay, sometime what happens that developer log that program. You might have seen in your day-to-day life that developer sometime do not want to touch the logic which is there in the report program, and so they can come here and they can do the modification of the same data which they are facing doing it. Okay, we can declare some field symbols. We can, here we write the code in the initializing section. Like if I want to fetch some table, okay, I can write here select star from Mara, okay, into table, and then LT Mara. See, now I have created the LT Mara. Then I have to declare it from first in the in the global definition, global data. First I need to declare it, then only I can use it over here. Okay, so whatever the declaration or using you are doing, you will have to do in the LT Mara thing only. Okay, guys. Hi sir, क्या ये FICO person के लिए भी help करेगा? Yes, if you know, because see guys, for functional purpose, you get the requirement from your customer, right? That I need to print the purchase order, or FICO. I'm not working, like I have not worked much, but there might be some scenario that you have to print all the GL information. Okay, I know some general ledger things. Okay, and you have to display that which company code have used, or which GL was used many times. Okay, and you have to print some report to your manager. So what you can do is you can write that program, you can use that your processing assets or your purchase order, that this purchase order has used this, and then you can do it the printing. Okay, smart forms I have seen very less in the FICO. Actually, I have not worked in the FICO module, but yeah, a smart form is applicable in all of the modules wherever the printing is required. So mostly we do in the MM, because MM we are doing the purchase order, purchase requisition. Okay, and that sales, and we do the deliveries, we do the shipment. So there it is useful in the sales type. Okay, and then CMMFI, I'm not sure. Okay, so here we write the code, and then routines. Okay, so if you don't want to write every code over here in the 1111 line, then you can create the subroutine also. Like in SAP ABAP report, we have subroutines that we can do over here. Okay, and then currency and quantity fields, this also we'll see the conversion. If you have worked on the reports where you are doing the conversion, so here also we'll have to do the conversion to display the amount on quantity field. Okay, guys. We use smart form, Adobe form for dunning letter. Possible, yeah. Okay, so now coming to the next section, what is pages and windows? So whenever we create any smart form, automatically a page or a window. What is page actually? If I just double click on that, okay, go to click on this form painter thing. See, if I just move it a little bit, so this whole thing actually, just let me reduce the size bit more, 25 if I do. Okay, this is my A4 size paper. Okay, this is my A4 size paper, and you have to write everything or declare everything, like your logo, your address, your company address, your signature, your picture. Okay, your data, everything you have to do here, and subsequently next page can also come, that is not a problem, but in this page only you have to do this thing. Okay, So that's why we create the one new page automatically gets created. Okay, without page you cannot create a smart form. But this is our main window. Okay, so what is main window? Main window is used. Okay, before going to the main window, there are settings for pages also, that let me tell you. Okay, see here it says that next page thing actually. So whenever we are doing this thing and when we are printing the data, okay, sometimes what happens, this page get filled. Okay, this page get filled automatically complete till here. Okay, and then you have three more line items to print over here, like you have seen that bill, right? Like you want to know how many calls a person has done in 1 month, right? So many line items will be there, this number, this number, this number, this number, like that, and it can overload. So if you are using this next page all apart thing, okay, then similar kind of one more copy will be created over here. Okay, and then you can print the data. We'll see that in when we are seeing that. Okay, and then we have some output and background picture also you can create in this page. When you are printing, you can create the background picture. So I'll give you one scenario over here by when we use a background picture. So guys, you might have seen some time when you are going some government office or some agreement office, right? There when they are giving you the some sample copy. Okay, so there what they write is from here from down to up, what they write is not for official use, something like that, right? Not for official use, or they can write not valid till this, or some document, some value will come in the back end of the forms, right? So that we can do with the help of our background picture. So we'll see that as well in this upcoming session or upcoming in some time. Okay, then coming to the main window. Okay, so what is main window actually? What are windows actually? Okay, so our page, this is our A4 size paper, right? I told you earlier that this is our A4 size paper which we are going to design or we are going to use it in our smart form. Okay, so now what happens, we have been given some kind of windows. Okay, so what kind of windows we have? We have total 4 windows available: main window, secondary window, copies window, and final window. Okay, so we learn all these one by one. So what is main window actually? So main window is used, okay, when you are going to print some item level data. It item level data means I'll say uh, so guys, how many of you know the purchase order? Say I know, then I'll take the example of purchase order. Otherwise, I'll take some other example. How many of you know the example of purchase order? Say I know, guys, in the comment section. I know, PO. I know. I know. Guys, type fast, please, so that we can move fast and let's not waste others' time. At least 4 5 more. Yeah, I know purchase order. Great. So if I just go here, just save it for now, and let's go to the table. Okay, so our table, I'll go to ME23N. Okay, so if I just take any purchase order from the system, okay, this is a demo server. I don't know what kind of data they are maintaining, but let's see. So this is a purchase order. Okay, this is a purchase order, standard purchase order they have created, and we can ignore these other things. What I'm worried about over here is this is my header data. My purchase order number is my header data. This is vendor is my header data, right? My document date is my header data. But when coming to this item, right, we can have multiple item like 10 item, 30 item, 40 item. They can order 100 item in single PO, right? So if you want to print these item data over here, right, in the smart forms, okay, in the smart form, if you want to print this data and send the document to someone over the email or over the page, okay, the real page I'm talking about, the A4 size sheet, okay, then you can use this main window to print the main thing actually. Okay, the table format we can create like similar way we can print here the screen which you are seeing in that ME23N, right? Similar way we can do over here. We can print the information over here in this format and then we can use it. Then what other windows do we have? Okay, so for every section, for every section in the smart form, okay, we create a window. Okay, why it is not allowing me to do the change? Just give me a sec, guys. It is not holding actually. Let me reduce the size one more time. Sometime our smart form misbehave. It does not give us the pencil option. It does not give us the zoom in, zoom out option. Just let me go back and come again. Change. Okay. See, now we got the option to scroll down. Then if you are going to print your logo somewhere here, right? If you want to print your logo somewhere here, then you have to use a window. Okay, you can use one new window and then you can print your logo over here. See, if you use same window, in this window only you want to print, then your data might not looks good. Okay, and it might come up or down or anywhere it can be. So for to remove that, what we do is we create one window over here for logo. If you want to print your company address, we can print that over here in this section. Okay, and if you want to print header data, we can print the data over here. Okay, if you want to print your customer information, we can print over here. If you print some other data as well, like some notes, like do not print this or do not lose this or something like that, for that we can create one window over here, some data. And likewise we can create multiple windows, so that can be useful. Okay, and that we create as a secondary window. Okay, so we have option called secondary window. We create the secondary window over there. Okay, so how to create the secondary window? Simple is just go to the main page. Okay, here right click. Okay, and then create and then window. So that's how we can create the window. And now it will take this one. If I just move it here, so this one section I say to the smart form, okay, this is reserved for this window and you do not utilize it for any other thing. Okay, you do not use it for any other thing. I'll print my logo over here, then I will name it also. Like if I want to name, then I'll say logo window. Okay, this is my logo window. If I want to print my address over here, my company address I want to print over here, I'll create one more window. Okay, how we can create? Just create, click on window, and then here I'm going to print in this much section. I'm going to use my address. Okay, my company address, who has created this. Okay, so I'll say address window. Now here I'll be printing my address. Okay, then I want to print my header data, like my purchase order data which I have created. I want to print that also, like when it was created, what is the number, all those things. Then I can use this section. This section is still empty. I can use this section. How we can create? See, when I'm creating, right click on this and creating a new window, automatically it is creating secondary window, right guys? You might have observed that. Okay, window means different page or same page different section. It's same page different section, you can say. So here if you see here, this is only one my page. Okay, every time this page is being going to print, right, that time you can, these all things will be printed every time. If this page is like we have some 50 records or 100 records, if 10 pages got printed for that data, 10 times this all will be printed. For just to remove that, we have some methodology also available. I'll show you that as well. Okay, so this will be used, okay, for my invoice data, and you have to follow the naming convention. Like if I give the space over here, it will not allow, it will give me the error saying name invoice data is invalid. So like any other object in SAP, we have to give either underscore, or we have to give like we have to give without underscore also, it will accept. Okay, but you have to maintain the length of the name. Okay, so we give the meaningful name so that when we are debugging it, okay, when we are seeing this thing, it makes us easy to see that that which window we are going to change or which window we are going to work. Okay, now I want to print my customer data also, to whom I am sending this information. Okay, or my vendor information I want to print over here. Okay, so how can I do that? Again, go there, right click and create window. Okay, and then here I can print my customer information. So if I say customer information, okay, now you can see we have created some blocks over here, right? We have created the blocks. Okay, these are the blocks I'm going to use as per my base. Okay, that here I'm printing customer information, here logo, here address, here invoice data. Okay, so now we have designed our page. Okay, it is not looking good, but still we have to do a lot of things to make it look good, and that we have to do. Sometimes we have to do with style, sometimes we have to do intent and all those things that we'll see one by one. How many secondary windows can we create? Okay, that actual number I do not have currently. Let me check on Google. But as long as the page is fit, we can use. Okay. Mm, how many secondary windows we can create? Actually, we have now, it says 99 sub windows we can create, but I have not used, like I have never got, we just use 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. These many numbers we have gone maximum actually. But you can try giving the copies, but if you are giving that much information, that page will not be left for the windows actually, and we are not just using for small one text. So 99 windows I think is more than enough for a page. Okay, so now we have allocated the location for our things actually. Here I will print the address window, here I'll print the logo, here I'll print the customer information, here I'll print the invoice data, here I'll print the main item data. Okay, so now let's start working on the part. Okay, and I have explained you two things. This is for item level thing, this is for mostly our logo or the address and all. So we have one more window available, copies window. Okay, so what is copies window actually? Okay, what is copies window? So when we are printing any word file data or excel file data, right? So when you press control P, right, that time we get how many copies you want to print for this page actually. Okay, you can say I need 2 copies. Okay, similar way you can also do over here. Okay, and 1 copy will be for customer, 1 copy uh, for the your use only. Okay, so that we'll see how to use that thing one. And the last one is final window. Okay, why do we use the final window, guys? Is like once your everything is completed, like when my data is printed, everything in printed, and at the last I want to sum the value. Okay, what was the total value of my items, I can display that in my final window. After that there's nothing will be printed. That is my final window. Okay, so we'll see that how to use it. Okay, one by one. So let's start, guys. Okay, so guys, are we clear till here or any question? Please let me know in the comment section. Say clear, not clear, or any question, you can print over here. Mhm. Okay, okay, great, clear, clear, clear. Okay, great. Just assume DMart invoice bill. Yes, we can. DMart invoice bill is not a F4 size of paper, cellular. So they print as a label kind of thing, that the page size is very small, but the line items can be more, like 100, 200, 500. So for that, if you want to use it, then you have to go in the page section. Okay, you have to go in the page section, you have to go to your out, one sec, you have to go in your attributes, sorry, and then here you have to say select your page format. Okay, and then what you have to do over here is you have to select the length and width of your size. So you know that bits of that paper might be somewhere around 8 to 9 centimeter or 10 centimeter maximum, but length will depends on how much you are printing on the roll. So length does not matter, but here the bit will be matter. Okay, so if you see here 999 mm, ch, mm, ch point. Okay, so accordingly we can choose one of the option over here, and then that will print in our like a DMart kind of bill. Okay, so you can do your R&D and let me know if you need any help or any issue is there. Okay, great. So now we'll start with printing the logo. How can we print our logo over here? Okay. So in SAPs, guys, you might be knowing that we have logos in ALB as well as in our SmartForm or SAP script on Adobe. All three can print the logos. So we can consider any invoice bill of TB. Yeah. So invoice bill of TB we can consider it, or purchase order, sales order, mobile bill. Okay, anything we can see. Okay. So how to print the logo over here? So for logo, first you have to upload your logo into SAP system. Okay. So what is the T code for uploading the logo is SE78. Okay. Here we have to upload our logo, and for time being I'll be using the already available logo. Okay. So this is a place where we upload the logo. Just double click on this. Okay. Stored in the document server. Why you're not coming? And then BMP. Okay. So SAP SmartForm supports bitmap kind of images. So guys, we have image type, right? JPG, PNG, and other format, JPEG, right? So, but you have to, if you have to upload it over here, that has to be bitmap format. Okay, BMP format you have to use. Otherwise, SAP will not accept that. Okay. So we'll see one logo is available here. One is happy something. Okay, which is SAP logo is available. We'll use that logo for now, and in upcoming day or we'll create. Okay, what happened? So if I just search for this, enter a name, happy. Okay, remove this part, color, remove this part. Let's check if some logo was available. Let me check that. It's a SAP logo. Happy could not be found. Why? Let me go back again. SE78. Yeah, we can connect any logo into BMP, right? You have to add it in your MS Paint, and then you can change the format for that logo. Okay, save it as a BMP and then use it. Okay, stored in the document server, graphics. Okay, let's search for color thing, happy star F4. Execute. No, it does not say not available. Okay, just let me check in the internet what was the name. Any size limit for BMP? Yes, there is some DPI you have to maintain, like some 200 DPI or 300 DPI. You have to use that much only, and that much is support, or 400. So if you enlarge the DPI for that, then the logo will be very big. So we'll see that. Just give me a moment. Okay. So if you go to SC78, okay, graphics, and then here, happy star F4. Why you are not taking, guys? No, just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. Let me check the name for that. So that should be the name for the logo, but I'm not sure why it is not coming. Just give me a moment. So enjoy graphics map. I think that should be the name. bmap, go to the check. Sometimes some things does not work properly. Enjoy, and if I click on this, yes, see here, now we have this as a black and white as well as in color. Okay, if you see here, it is in color thing. So if I want to use this in my programs, what I have to do is I have to just use the copy name, first upload it over here, we'll see the upload also, and then use directly in your smart forms. Just go to change mode, okay, in the page, in the logo section. Okay, now currently this logo section does not have anything, but how will you print the logo? So if you just right click on this, click on create, and then we have one thing called object called graphics. Okay, click on that, one graphic window will be clicked, and here we have to tell the name of our picture which is stored. Okay, so if I just click on F4 over here, let's search the name directly, give this name as enjoy, automatically it will take over here. Okay, enjoy is coming, and then it got failed. And here see guys, Vijay and Sai. Okay, here if you see here, we have to tell what should be the resolution. Okay, if I give 200, the small will be small. If I set 400, okay, I'm giving 400 dpi over here, so it's saying enter a valid value, so it is not accepting that much dpi. We can give 300 here. Okay, dots per inch. Just save it, check it, and activate it, and let's see how it prints. Okay, so no error, activate it and execute it, simply execute. So guys, here if you see, what is the output device? Okay, what is output device over here is that if you want to print in the printer, you have to configure the printer with the help of basic. And here we are seeing the number of copies, right? Like 1 copy, 2 copy, how many copy you want to print. Okay, so we do not have printer connected with currently, so what we will use, uh, we will just see this preview in this screen itself. Okay, for that we use this printer called LP01. What it will do is it will just print this thing in my screen. Okay, this screen it will print. So if you click on the print preview, see here, it is very small, we can see the logo. Okay, we can see this one. So let's change the DPI for that logo so that it will be some bit large. Okay, so if I give 100 DPI, let's say, activate it, execute it again, and check it. See, it came bit large. Okay, it has become bit large. If you are uploading a very big kind of logo that you can do R&D, how much size it's looking good for your smartphone. Okay guys, now I want to print, what I have to print is, I have used this one logo window, I want to print my address. How will you print your address? Okay, how will you print your address? So to write anything or to print any keyword or value and something, we need something called text. Okay, because in the text we print the things. Okay, so we have here, if you want to use address, then we will have to fetch the data from our tables. Okay, table data, table address, ADRC address, right? So that we can directly print from here. Or if you just want to give manually, you can use a text node actually. Okay, and then what you have to do is, here you can write some address like survey number. Okay, survey number 1111, then some road. Okay, some like mm, Magarpatta road, then Pune, then Maharashtra, and then some pin code 411059. Okay, so this we can print. Okay, this is one way we are printing this thing, labels. Okay, there is one more thing is this, we can click on this editor. Okay, click on this editor, go to segment, and then change editor. Okay, if you click on the change editor, that is called graphical editor, this is normal editor, this is called graphical editor. Okay, this is the graphical editor. If someone asks what is the editor we see, so this is a graphical editor and this is our normal editor. Okay, so if you just click on go to change editor, and here also we can see the same value are coming, right? If I want to print India also, just click, go and enter. Okay, and then new line will be open, and then you can print India. Okay, if you do not press enter and just write simply without pressing the enter, if I say something like that, like world, okay, and if I press enter now, it will come to this line. So before writing anything to next line, always click the enter thing, so that a new line will open over here. Okay, hope that's easy to understand. Let's see how it's gonna print. Okay, save it. Any error? No. Check it and activate it. It got activated. Simply execute two test once. Okay, just run it again, execute, give the printer name LP01 and execute. See, we can see the address is printed over here. Okay, so we'll go one by one, all the object, how to work on that. Okay, so now we have printed two things over here. Okay, now coming to the some data side. Okay, now I want to print my invoice number also, like my invoice data, which we were talking about, that I am printing my bill. So how to print the invoice data over here? Okay, how to print the invoice data? So I told you earlier, if you want to print something, you should have text node, right? This text node is required to print anything. Okay, so let's go to where's the invoice? Here, right? Right click on this, create, and create the text. And what it will print is invoice data. Just give the name, meaningful name, because when we have multiple nodes in a single window, then that time it makes confused which code we have to write. Okay, so it will print the invoice data. But where are the values? We have not selected any value from the table or DB or anywhere, right? We have not selected any value. So first we'll have to select some value from the DB, and then only we can print the data over here. Okay, so let's take any value from the okay. How we can do is, I told you in the starting that if you want to write code in the SMARTFORM, okay, directly you have to go to the global definition. Okay, and then you have to go in the initialization. Here we can write the code. Okay, let's fetch one value from the this we can ignore for now. I'm just removing this so that you can see the full screen. So let's get one value. Okay, so select, okay, single star from BBRK. Okay, and select single star from BBRK into, see, we are not going to print the table level data BBRK, or we will print only one variable, one value we will print. So we'll use a structure, global structure BBRK. So guys, you know the difference between structure and table. Table can contains more than one rows and can have more data, but structure will contain at a time one row data, right? So we'll use the this work area GSBBRK, and that's all into deselect single star. So let's check. Okay, let's check the syntax. It says period is missing. Okay, fine, we have given the period. Let's check the syntax now. It says GSBBRK is unknown. Okay, now we are going to write anything over here, but we have not declared it anywhere, right? We have not created the type. We create the type, right? Like types and then begin of ty underscore BBRK, those things we have not declared here, but we are using it here, right, in the code. So for that, what we will have to do is first declare it in the global data. Okay, that's where it will be useful, called gs underscore BBRK, and then type and BBRK. Okay, now let's go back to the same again, initialization. We have declared it. It was saying that gs BBRK was unknown, so we have declared it now. Now check it again. It is giving the error. So it is giving the error. Why it is giving the error is, you have to tell your program or SMARTFORM what is the use of this structure. When you are taking this thing in a program SMARTFORM, what is the use of this structure? So this is going to print my values, right? This is holding my data, so it is we use in the output section. So we have to define this in the output section. Okay, this is my output and the value I'm going to use in my output. Okay, so every value which is going to use in the output section, you have to define over here in the output section for sure. Okay, now check. See, now there is no error. Okay, no error now. And then check and then activate it. So this was the use of output parameter. We'll see the input parameter also. So let's just put the breakpoint over here. Let's see what data is coming. So how do we put the breakpoint directly? We can put the breakpoint over here, and then the program will stop, right? So let's see if any value is picked or not. Okay, simply execute, 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 LP01, and then execute. See, now the debugger got started. Okay, let me reshare my screen so that you can see the debug values, like runtime values of that. So this is my debugger for this, right? We selected the single star from VBRK table and then GS VBRK. Guys, single star is not allowed actually to use as per for the performance purpose, but we are using it for just for demo. Okay, then we have to use a proper way to use it. Okay, so let's see the value in the GS VBRK. Okay, one value was picked up, so this is my value. I'll be noting down somewhere in my notepad for now, so that we can utilize it in some other place. Okay, so let me just save it, the value, and we'll use some field. BBLN is fine, and then which all values are coming over here. Belnar is coming, DGHR is coming. Okay, some values are coming over. I am just looking for currency or amount field. Yeah, amount field is also there. What is the amount field is NETWR, and then what's the next thing we see is currency. What currency we are going to see? Okay, so I think the field name should be WAERK. Okay, let's see that later. Okay, now I'm just executing it normally, and our smart form will be printed because we have not printed any value, right, in the smart form. So now let's try to give the value in the smart form. Okay, so currently it has printed only the address and the window. Okay, now let's use that data to print over here. Okay, how we can do it? We have to go to the invoice section and then invoice this thing. Okay, double click here. Either there are two ways to give the value in uh, give in the text or the value kind of thing. There are two ways. What are two things? I say, if I say invoice number, I want to print there. Okay, I can give the label which is not being picked up by anything. Okay, it is the variable which is not holding anything. We can write it over directly over here, but the variable which is holding some value, okay, you can give with this plus symbol over here. You can see the plus symbol. Just click on that, and then you can give the value. So how to give the value? GS underscore VBRK and then my underscore VBELN. Okay, VBELN. That's how we give the values, right? Like if you want to access the GS VBRK VBLN, that's how we use the structure and the value, right? So the same way we can access. But there is one addition over here is, if you want to print some value, okay, you have to give the ampersand mark over here. See, if I do not give that ampersand mark, it will not allow. It will say field name not allowed. Okay, so what you have to do here is give the ampersand mark over here and starting and ending, and click on OK. See, now it has accepted, and the field value is coming in the highlighted section. The second way is, we can click on this pencil, go to the editor, okay, and go to change mode and change editor. See, the first value is already filled. We are not going to do anything. If I want to print something, I'll press just enter. See, new line has opened. Now I'll give the invoice amount. Okay. And what was the field name for invoice amount? It was NETWR, right? NETWR, network. And I'll just press again enter again. See, if I'm not pressing any enter, I'm going to give here what? Currency. Okay. Let's give the currency here. Okay. So currency name is GSWERK. See, if I press enter now, it will go automatically over here on the top, and that is the reason we should give the enter first and then type anything. Okay, otherwise your formatting will be incorrect and you will not see the correct output in your screen. Okay, see, 3 values are there now. Okay, 3 values have come. Simply check if any error or the field long we have given the wrong name. Okay, something like that. Then let's activate the code. Where are we printing this? In the invoice data window. And what's the text? Invoice data. Simply execute. Okay, execute again, give the printer name and print preview. Okay, this breakpoint came again because we have not removed it, and just execute. See, we can see the data is printed on the SMARTFORM. The invoice number is coming, the invoice amount is coming, the currency is coming, but it is not formatted. The amount is coming in the second window, right? Either we should stretch some window, like it did not get the space to print actually, so it came here in the next line. So what we'll do, simply we'll just go back. Okay, we'll give more space to the window. How we can do is, like, if space is available we can give, if it is not available we cannot do anything, then we have to small the size actually. So that we'll see how we can do is, click on the page, go to the form printer. Okay, and just stretch it a little bit. Okay, so that it will print in the same line. Check it, activate it and execute it. Okay, it has stopped, no problem. See, now we can see it is coming in all one line, but still some space are there, so we have to work on to remove this space also. Okay, so guys, let's disconnect today. Okay, the audience is very low, which I was not expecting, so let's meet tomorrow. Okay.